This is supposed to be a split roll of Mexican Libertads, 10 from 1984 and 10 from 1985. But to my knowledge, the Casa de Moneda never issued mixed date rolls. The wrapper has handwritten dates, the protective end caps are missing, and the only coin we can see, a beautifully toned 1985, is almost too good to be true. So is this roll the real deal, or just another scam in disguise? Let's break it open and find out. The first red flag is the wrapper, the handwritten label, and the fact that the cardboard does not match what you usually see in an original bank-wrapped roll from La Casa de Moneda. The end caps are missing the plastic discs, which protect the colors. Now, that 1985 is got stunning color, but it's suspicious. Was it placed there just to sell an illusion? The weight checks out for the whole roll, but weight alone doesn't prove originality. So, no more guessing. Let's open it. If it's real, this would be one of the nicest rolls I've ever opened. If it's not, we'll know soon enough. Alright, first coin up, the 1985 toned end coin. Gorgeous color. A few marks around the edges, but nothing too terrible. Mostly from the wrapper, it looks like. The obverse looks very nice. Blast white, look at that. Second coin. Okay, another 1985. Well, decent feels. Pretty clean looking so far. Obverse looks also pretty decent. Now, I'm not spending a lot of time on these coins because I'm going to do a follow-up video where I literally put every one of them under the microscope. Alright, here's another 85. Looks relatively clean. Nice luster. A couple of marks, but not anything terrible. So subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button so you'll be able to watch the microscopic review as well. Alright, that one's got a few hits over there by Plata Pura. It doesn't look terrible. Alright, also another 85. So far, so good. Another 85. Okay. That one's relatively clean. A couple of small hits. Nice luster. Again, a little bit of rub marks, but nothing out of the ordinary. Alright, another 85. A little bit of rub mark above the 1. Small impact above the A. A little bit of color down there. Overall, not a bad looking coin. Okay, another 85. Alright, we do have some chatter marks going on up there. A couple of scuffs, little abrasions. That one doesn't look too bad on the obverse, though. Alright, making our way towards halfway. That's not too shabby. Relatively clean fields. A little bit of a rim hit. Ooh, there's some color on that one. I like it. That's nice. Another 85 with a little bit of color, a few small rub marks, but nothing terrible. Obverse looks pretty clean, a couple of small scrapes. Alright, another 85, looks relatively nice. A little bit of color on that one too. Okay. That should be the end of the 85s, I believe. Do we have an 84? Yes, we do. Look at this. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Very small rub going on the right side. And obverse, wow, that is remarkably clean. That's almost a proof-like surface. I like that. That's really nice. All right, another 84. Let me move these around a little so we can see them better on the table. Okay, so this 84, wow, is also looking remarkably clean. Obverse looks nice. Now, you got to keep in mind that the 84s are a better date. Just over 1 million coins were minted in 84. That one's got a couple of unfortunate dings above her head there. That's kind of sad, but otherwise, that coin looks pretty nice. And again, these are all going to go on the microscope, so please subscribe to the channel. Click that notification button so you get notified when I release the next one. That one looks pretty good. We can't see all of these on the screen at one time. Hold on, let me move these down a little. All right, here we go. Now we can actually see everything. Okay, so another 84. Very nice looking fields on the reverse. The obverse also looks good. That's a pretty looking coin right there. All right, another 84. Not too much to talk about on that one. Obverse, same, looks good. Curious to see what the microscope shows on any of these. All right, another 84. That one's also looking good. There's a couple of small chatter marks above her head there, but they don't look like they're very deep. And that's not too shabby either. Wow, these are nice looking coins, I have to say. A little bit of color, a little bit of rubbing. There's a small contact mark above the 1. Some nice color on that too. Wow. Okay. Not gonna cry about that coin. All right, another 84. Looks like we got another one with a little bit of color going on. Nice obverse. Okay, not upset. Second to the last. Another 84 with some color. Oh, we've got 4 big grooves down at the bottom. Something hit it pretty good down at the rim there. Oh my goodness, look at the color on the obverse of that coin. Oh, that is such a shame the reverse has that groove marks, because that coin is stunning. Oh my, under the microscope, that's going to be remarkable. You should subscribe and hit the notify button. All right, last coin looks pretty nice. Another 84 with a few small scratches. A little bit of color also. Not going to complain. So, all right, here's the final verdict. The roll contained, as advertised, 1085s, 1084s. This was not, however, an original Casa de Moneda roll. The handwritten wrapper, the missing end caps, that suspiciously toned end coin, tell me it was repackaged. But the coins themselves were genuine. Most are in very nice condition, a few having heavier marks, but one true standout, the toned end coin. But there are a couple more that actually are pretty darn nice. So was this a scam? No, not exactly. Coins are genuine, but the roll wasn't, and that's the difference collectors need to know. In the next video, I'm going to put each coin under the microscope for a full 360-degree inspection. You should subscribe because you don't want to miss this.